And in my
Okay.
third year, I was like, it's enough. Enough is enough. Even if I fail, I don't really care. I just want to do something and build something. It's always just about taking a leap of faith and doing something. If you don't wake up today, you are probably not going to wake up tomorrow. You have to push yourself in order to, just get up and do it.
That's
So
a
the thing
great
is,
one.
I mean, okay. So the thing is, what I was saying, yeah. So oh, I forgot what I was saying. Wait.
You have to take
Yeah,
something and do.
yeah. So I was talking about the coding process of how I went and applied. Right. So the thing is, for Swift student challenge, you have to build a Swift playground. It's a framework that Apple has introduced for coding. That's
Okay.
basic. It has some constraints to it, and it can be done on an iPad as well. So if you have an iPad, you can code on an iPad as well. It has some more constraints to it. For example, we were told not to use the internet for
Okay.
this hackathon. I mean, not for coding, but like to within the app itself. Like we cannot call external APIs from the internet, which is one of the biggest challenges because nowadays we are being just taught to import packages and use those files in order to make something, right? Maybe a Chat GPT API, maybe a Gemini API, or any other API that's not even AI, right? But calls to the internet for in order to retrieve information that was not allowed. So we had to make something from scratch, from the
Okay.
very core of Swift, and just build something that works. We were given the
Okay.
freedom to choose any topic. We could have made a health app, probably a game, or anything that's productivity related, maybe design, anything that came to our mind. We just had to make something of our own, which was original and has never been done before. We needed to build something from Swift, basically. So you need a MacBook for it, and once you build that, you are being told to write certain stuff about your app, like what does the app do, why did you build it, what was your motivation to write. Then there are some verification processes, obviously, and then you submit it, basically. So you submit
Okay.
the entire project, which is my experience. Maybe they change it next year, I don't really know, but I think
Okay.
that's what they have been doing for the past few years, actually. So yeah, that's the process of it all. You make something, then you give the reason why you made it, what was the inspiration, and if it's good enough, they short select it, and then they declare you as a winner. Yeah.
Okay. So these all things happened online or offline. How many days did it go?
So the thing is, they just announce a deadline basically. During January, they just tell you that yeah, the deadline is February this, February that. So even if you want to work on your project today, start working on it today. It doesn't really matter. You have to submit it on that day. People have been working on their apps for 6 months. I have met so many people there that were working on their app for like 3 months, 6 months, 4 months. So it's like a log process. Like it depends on you entirely what you want to build and why you want to build it. So there were some people who had made their apps, 1 year before, but they hadn't finished those projects yet. So then they realized that, hey, you know what, I can just continue this project, and then they just built that.
Okay, cool. So I guess that was a pretty intro. I mean, great one. Like WWDC journey, how you started and how you submitted. I think the students who have had a view of that, they'll have an idea now.
Yeah.
Definitely, more than this, we would have also have some doubts. Can we just move on to some questions if they have participants? If you have any questions, you can ask. He's here, so you can ask.
Yeah, go ahead. Any questions that
Yeah,
you
we
may
have
have?
a question from Yash Ramesh. My question to Arhant sir is: in your college days, what kind of projects do you did or work on projects?
I mean, it's kind of a funny question because I'm still in college, but yeah, sure. So the thing is, depends on what you want to build. Like, I had built a mood sync app basically for my hackathon back in October. So, it was basically, some people, log their mood, and because based on that, the person would receive, uh, you know, um recommendations based on their mood to better their mental health. Basically, it was a mental health tracker. So it did that, and based on that, they would because the challenge was to build something through IoT. So what they did was I used those AI recommendations, built out an output score, and based on that, it used to connect to your Spotify or your Music Kit app on your Apple Music app. So I used Music Kit for that, and then it used to call that API, connect to your HomePod, and then would play random songs based on your mood. Basically, it would call the API for Swift would call the API for music, and then it would retrieve the data and then play on a HomePod, which is the Apple speaker, if you have heard of it. And then the other part was basically if you have a Philips lighting, which is connected to Bluetooth, it used to
Okay.
set the mood accordingly. So basically, if you are feeling low, then there would be the brightness of the light would be low. So it was a kind of a complex ML model that we had to work around with. So that was one of the projects. Second one I just told you, which was Kugu. Then I think other projects I would say I don't really remember honestly. Like there have been a lot of them. I can give you people a link for my GitHub repo after this event happens. I will just send you. There is a large GitHub repository that I have for my main projects. I can definitely send you those once I get once
Sure.
the event is over. Yeah.
Sure, that will be of great help to the students. And we have really pretty few more questions to be asked. I hope this the question was answered for Ayash Ramesh. Thank you for asking. The next one is from Ishan Verma. His question is, what are your thoughts about .NET framework and related stuff?
Yeah, I am very sorry to tell that I have not worked with .NET so far. Yeah, I've just been kind of been a one trick pony and just been working with it for like a long time now. So I haven't really worked with .NET actually.
Okay. Next, we have from Naval Nala. He also says that you were talking about the music app, right? He says, I also have an idea for music app, but that app is different. He wants to say you that.
That's cool.
Next, we have a question from Mr. Pradap. He's asking, what advice will you give to someone applying for WWDC 26 who doesn't have a huge portfolio?
I don't have a huge portfolio, Prab. I mean, I just have to say this out loud. I have not done many things except for this one, honestly. See, WWDC 26 is a separate thing. It's an event that happens afterwards for Apple. If you are lucky enough, they call you. The main purpose should be to create something. As I told you before, create something that you believe in, something that you are technically able to do and achieve, first of all. And, do something creative. Be unique, build something that is technically feasible, is expandable, and something that works. Even something simple as a calculator app, I'm not saying you should build a calculator, but the thing is, like, if you put your enough creativity into it, for example, they just added something, like you write on a notebook and then, you're able to calculate stuff through that. Maybe something like that. So, basically, you have to be unique. You have to make something that's technically feasible, something that's economically viable, and try to be unique. That's all. Like, those are the only things that you need to worry about, honestly. And do not copy someone else's project, though, someone has already made, though. That's they do check for that. So make sure that you don't really copy code from somewhere else. Even if you're vibe coding, like a lot of my code was vibe coded, because you can't really build everything by hand. It will take like years to build the complexity of my app, basically. So even if you're vibe coding, you just need to have a clear understanding of what you're building, why you're building, and how you're going to build it. If you don't know, then you probably won't be able to make something that's that useful.
Thank you. So next we have a question from Himanshu Gautam.
Himanshu, yeah,
He wants
Himanshu,
to ask
yeah,
you, like,
yeah.
I want to pursue my career in cybersecurity. From where should I start?
Dude, I mean, honestly, I am a Swift developer, but if you want, I think you should definitely start with the Cisco certifications. Those are very, prominent. They You need to have a basic, workflow of what kind of certifications you need to get. I think certifications in cybersecurity have stand a, strong value basically. So if you want to build something, that's one thing.
Next question is from Shahid. In era of AI and social media's distraction, how do we improve ourselves and we choose and focus?
I am going to give the answer to this honestly. I am the
Mhm.
most addicted person to social media. Like I have to literally throw my phone away in order to be productive. I mean, for me, it's basically like once I go into the flow state of coding, I just forget everything around me. But thing is, once my phone is on my side, if I am not coding for more than 1 hour, then I will definitely get distracted, and it's very hard for me honestly. So might not be the right person for this one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, like if you want to not get distracted, I would say please throw your phone away for like a few days. Try to just work on something. Try to touch some grass, go outside, think of something, build whatever you want to, and try to focus basically. First of all, please delete Instagram if you want to do that. I mean, Reels is one of those things. Like if you want to be productive, just delete it, and just 20 days later it won't even matter. For in the beginning you will feel like you want to download it, but just try to do that if you want.
there's one more question. I think you asked the question. I do not know that. Uh,
I don't think I've asked that question. I think it's probably one of my friends trolling me, probably, or maybe someone that I know. But I think,
okay. Yeah, that's
yeah.
a good question, maybe. So I can ask that. So, how did you manage skill development with college life, like academics, fitness, etc., and what were their effect on your journey?
So basically, I'm in Amity. So the thing is, we have a huge attendance system. We are only allowed to leave 15% of our attendance. That means we have to have a mandatory 75% attendance. So uh, basically everyone has their own routine. Mine was just waking up and just attending class and then coming back. You have to make time if you want to do something different, because honestly anywhere that you study, whether it is I won't say IIT though, but like anywhere, any of the private colleges that you study, they're going to have a similar syllabus that you're going to learn. And the problem is that what they teach you is CBSE level, and what they ask you in your interviews is kind of JE. I'm just giving you a reference. So like
Agree.
the level is very very high and different. So you need to put in extra effort in order to stand out, because the 60 people in your class are studying the same thing. How do you stand out is up to you. Like what do you do? Maybe it's your achievements, maybe it's your skills, maybe you attend events, maybe you host events, maybe you give talks. A lot of things that make you stand out. Basically build a good reputation is what your goal should be. You have to put in extra effort in order to be out there.
That's absolutely true. Next, we have a question from Kuldeep Reddy. He asks, "Hi, Arihant. Can you mention some development tools you regularly use regarding your projects or learning languages stuff?"
So for Swift, I use Xcode. For debugging, I use Claude. For larger projects in which I have to, give out a lot of commands for vibe coding, then I definitely use Cursor. Then for packages, I would say there is a book for iOS that I use to study from. It's on the you just search Swift and just Swift fundamentals. Yeah, that was the name of the book. That's the main book that you can learn coding from. What was the main question? I forgot. Yeah. So
Yeah,
regarding my
development
project
tools. Yeah.
expert, yeah, development tools. I think one other thing is you can see Hugging Face and MLX. Those are very nice, open source communities for ML in Swift, which is the up and coming thing. Basically, they're making major strides in machine learning right now. So if you want to explore the ML part of Swift, which is very niche, I would say, which is very new, I would say, you should definitely try MLX and Hugging Face. That's where I think you can find some good things to develop.
Exactly, it's true. There are so many open source. Whatever domain you choose, if at all you want to see a project, there might be something that might be helpful for you. So go search in it about open source. Definitely, they have put in GitHub and in other platforms. You have some doubts, you can go for LinkedIn. You can go for Reddit. Definitely, you can get information from there. Okay. Next
Yeah.
upon we have a question from. She wants to say something to you and give a question. Dhanalakshmi. So, hello, Arhant. Congratulations on your achievement. My question to you is, what was the biggest mindset shift you had to make while transition from building projects in college to presenting at Apple's WWDC?
I mean, first of all, thanks a lot, Dana. I really appreciate the comment. So mindset shift. I don't really understand what you mean by that. But the thing is, like, if you are creating something, if you truly have the passion to make something that's useful, and you want to put out there, it doesn't really matter if it's Amity or if it's Apple. You have to always be, focused and up your level every single time you're presenting something. I mean, the basic answer would be try to give your 100 every single time you step out. Basically, make something useful is what I really would say. Transitioning from building projects in college to presenting at Apple's WWDC doesn't really make a difference if you present yourself at the same level. You should always give your 100%, I would say.
Cool. So, next upon we have question from Koina there. Sir, could you talk about one big challenge you faced on your WWDC journey and what you learned from it? How did you balance your studies and skills? I think
Uh,
skills is what you want to do in that studies. Yeah, you can go ahead.
yeah, so my biggest challenge was honestly attending classes. I really wanted to bunk classes and make the app itself. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I really don't like to sit in class. Actually, I sit at the last bench and open my laptop. I've been kicked out of class multiple times for it. Actually, during the period I was making the app itself. But please don't do that. I would say try to find some other time. I wished I had started early. To make the app itself. Try to make your project in December. I would say start making your project in December so that you can give yourself enough time. I used to not sleep or wake up till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, even in the weekdays to make the app itself. So it took a lot of effort. So I would say try to be consistent with your work and give it enough time so that you don't have to rush by the end of it. Balancing is very hard, honestly, because everyone has a different routine, right? So yeah,
You can actually learn management from this. And small tip.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Next, we have from Friends Verma. He says, I want to pursue my career in data science. So, how do I
Yeah.
start?
For data science, I would definitely say learn the basics first of all. Basics of data science, data structures. Your R language is very popular for building stuff in data science. Try screwing around with some, I would say, ML models if you want to do that. Try to understand how data is perceived on a larger scale. Basically, every single problem that we face in our lives on a daily basis is a optimization problem by the end of the day. So, you know, for data science, I would definitely say try to learn optimization techniques and make clear code and understand how multiple data sets work. That's one suggestion I would like to give you if that's okay.
So, we have a question from Gil. He's asking how to ace data structures and algorithms.
But yeah, I have the same question. I'm in my fourth year and I still don't get time to do lead code, honestly speaking. So the only thing I would say is do lead code, dude. I mean, like, try to understand data structures and algorithms. Again, optimization. That's the one thing you need to learn. not just Lead Code, I would say HackerRank is also very helpful for this kind of stuff. Do try HackerRank, try to get some good things. Yeah.
Okay. Next, he's asking about Chirnath. He's asking about what is your opinion about GSOC?
Someone's, I think,
Sai
unmuted.
Praveen.
Yeah.
Yes, Sai Praveen.
Hello.
Can you please mute your mic? I think, or you can ask your
Am I
question
audible?
later on. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, you are audible. May I
Yeah.
know what you want to ask?
Yeah. Have you recently worked on any AI projects that interacts with iOS or mobile platforms?
I'm currently working on one. The sir that came before the event that told there's a event happening for hackathon. So I'm learning new ML models now. So I will be putting out something. I'm going to make it open source. It will be launching on 17th, I would say. So I will be definitely putting it out there later on.
Okay. Do share it in the LinkedIn. We also take a look of that.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the previous question we need to still answer. So what's your opinion about
GSOC.
GS? Yeah,
Yeah,
GSOC.
so yeah, that's kind of a nail in my heart. Not until I applied for GSOC, I didn't get selected. I was trying to become part of the Swift organization. Actually, I tried
Okay.
to manage my exams and GSOC at the same time to bring out a particular proposal. I wasn't selected, unfortunately. But yeah, next year, let's say, fingers crossed. I really want to do that as well. It's a great opportunity, honestly. It really boosts your CV, and you learn a lot by open source contributions. So it's in my personal opinion better than a normal internship at any other place. So do try to do GSOC. I would say that's one of the good things that you can do for your career, I would say.
Okay. So next question is from Mohit Kumar. He asked, have you invented any type of new technology like JavaScript is being invented by Brendan Lynch, etc. So if yes, can you share us the path to think
No,
such
dude,
thing?
I have not made a new programming language. I'm very sorry that I wasn't able to make something new of my own like that. No, no, no. See, operating systems and compiler design are very difficult subjects. I don't know if you are in which year, but I would definitely say if you try to take that class, you will understand why I haven't made it so far. It's yeah, the bits and pieces you have to understand, and every single layer of how a compiler works. You will understand why I haven't made my own language yet. But yeah,
But
Hello.
if
let's
at
say
all
maybe in the future.
Am
But
I
if at
audible,
all
sir?
you come to understand that one, it will be really very easy. But until we crack the main point, till then it will be very difficult for us to actually understand how it actually works. Right?
I
Am I
mean, no,
audible, sir?
people are. Uh, yeah, sure.
Uh, yes, Mohit.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Mohan.
Actually, I was asking about have you invented any kind of new thing? I was not actually asking about any language or something, like a
Yeah.
new idea or something like that.
New idea. I mean, in terms of, I really don't understand what
Like,
you're trying
have
to.
you solved any real world problem, like any past real world problem for which you have invented a new kind of solution?
No, I haven't. I am not that deep into sciences, my friend. I'm just a normal software developer. I mean, I really want to do that. I would love to create some sort of a new technology, but the thing is, like to create a new technology, it takes years to build something like that. I'm 20 right now. By the time I'm maybe 30, 35, probably, yeah, maybe sure, why not? But the thing is, research like that, groundbreaking research is required to make something. So yeah, I hope that clears out a question.
Thank you, sir.
I hope your question is answered, Mohit. Thank you. Next one, we have a question from Abhishek Sharma. He asked, hello, Bhaiya. I have just completed my 12th. And in the meantime, to get in college, what language should I start to learn that can help me in my BTech with CSE journey?
So if you already have taken up maths, then for your CS, then you don't really have to worry about learning a new language in your first year. As I told you before, it's everyone's own decision what they like and what they don't like. So I would say do not listen to anyone. Don't ask people for their opinion on what kind of language you want to learn, because everything has their own application. Languages are not important at all. C, C++, Python, Java, any language, they don't matter at all. Swift doesn't matter at all. What matters is logic. Once you know what are arrays, what is a list, what is a constant, why you can't change a constant value, why you can't, what kind of uh, for loop you want to use, that is what matters. Once you, I would say, please start with C, C++, because that's what they teach you in your first year. And if you're just going into college, I would say try to do C++ and C, because that's what is the most helpful to learn the core basics of programming itself. But other than that,
Yeah,
try to use any language, dude. There are so many languages that are out there. For me it was C sharp. For someone else it might be Python. For someone else it might be C++. Try something that you want to do.
exactly, because the concepts will be more or less the same. When the syntax changes from each language, and I really totally agree the point that start with C or C++ because you get to know how it actually works. But in Python, we don't actually declare a type of the variable like data type. Just declare
Exactly. There are
variable.
no pointers in Python.
Yeah,
So basically do try to learn C++ or C, I would say. That's the most helpful one. Do DSA in it, and try to get ahead of everyone else if you want to do that. The reason why I haven't done a DSA in a long time is because I did it in first year. Now I just have to revise all of it. Like I did 150 200 questions when I was in first year. Now in my fourth year, and I have no clue what DSA is right now, right? But thing is, it will take me like probably a month to get back on track because I had done it already. So if you don't want to waste your time once you are in your fourth year, try to do DSA and learn data structures basics. Don't even go for lead code mediums, I would say. Just try to do easy questions and try to understand what are constraints, how to optimize your code. Yeah.
So you'll also see that in lead code, you can just go start with arrays and strings in the first place. So it will be very easy for you to move on also. The same time, you're talking about pointers. There you will definitely get to know the difference between how to call by reference, call by address. So these all things you'll get to know when you start with C. Try doing that. Next one, we have a question from Pradap. He's asked, how do you approach the tell your story essay part for the Swift challenge?
Again, dude, it's customized to your own needs. Basically, you need to be honest. Don't try to make up one own story like yeah हमारे दादाजी के साथ ऐसा हुआ था तो मैंने दादाजी वाली ऐप बना दी. That's one thing. But try to be honest and sound genuine. Like for example, I once I made my app. I actually tried it out with my friends and tried to get feedback from it. So that is what I put in my app, right? That's what I put in that story, that I tried to counter this problem because that is what I was facing in my second year. I was going through depression, so I had to have journaling help me out a lot. So that's where the inspiration came from, to build a journal into the app itself. So the pet part of the app, why it's called Gugu, is because there is a pet in it. So to in order to keep that pet alive, you have to complete your goals that are set in the app itself. So to take care of the dog, you have to take care of yourself. That's one of a companion thing that I have built. So basically, I just told Apple honestly like what I want to do. Basically, nothing more. Be
Actually,
honest. Just be honest. Like don't lie and don't use Chat GPT for that. I would say because because thing is like we have been taking writing for granted for a long time. Even I take it for granted. But there is some certain, I don't know, magic when we as humans write something. There is certain things that you write yourself and it just brings out, makes you step up. Maybe it will have grammatical mistakes, but there are those are something that can always be fixed.
it's true. So being a writer, I totally agree with your statement.
Yeah.
because and also nowadays we can also easily differentiate if that is AI generated content or human written content just by seeing,
I
because
mean,
we
it's
come
just
to know
AI
what.
checking AI at the end of the day. I mean, the checkers that are using AI are also AI. Like both sides are just AI. There is no human interaction. It's very weird. We are kind of
True,
losing
and
touch with reality. That's all.
true. Also, that be aware of the fact that even humanize the AI content also doesn't work. It again uses only AI to humanize the content. So start writing by yourself. You will definitely be able to pour your heart and pour your thoughts, and which you can mend it together to form an idea. Cool. So we can also
Yeah.
see few people helping in the chat boxes. So that's very cool. You have to help people there. Next up, on we have a question from Sage Lakshmi. It's asking, hi sir, what are the skills a student should have to get a job and what's the roadmap?
Again, I am unemployed. If you want to ask this question, please ask someone who has a job. But no, really, please try to build yourself. There are certain roadmaps that you can get on the internet. If you want to get a job, please try to find a niche. If you're in earlier years of your college, maybe first or second year, try to explore as much as you can. देखो at first second year मस्ती के लिए भी होते हैं, but the thing is try to explore as much as you can. Maybe multiple technologies, maybe different, I would say, uh, frameworks, different kind of things that you know that are out there. Maybe you try cloud, maybe you try cybersecurity, maybe you try blockchain, maybe there are a lot of things basically you
I
can try
think
that
I'll
out.
take that question. As someone who runs a company, I've interviewed hundreds of
Sure,
people.
sure. You can.
For sure.
So what I personally look for, look in people is their attitude and willingness to learn. I don't care if they have a degree or if they have aced in their college tests and all. I don't care if they if I'm hiring for a programming role, I just need to know that if they know the basics, okay, and are they willing to upskill, their attitude to learn, and towards work towards upskilling themselves. That is what I personally look for. And how they respect humans, how will they respect treat their co-workers. That is what I assess in people, more than their exam scores or the test results and all.
Those all can be actually trained, and they can actually bring into that particular
Yes.
stage. But these are things, cultural fit is very important. And willingness to learn actually brings in more productivity than we actually assume.
Yes.
Rightly said. Thank you, Aditya, for joining us and letting the
Thanks.
students know about this. It was a perfect
Yeah,
timing.
it was the perfect answer. Honestly, I couldn't have given that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for helping us.
The
I think
question,
if you
like, how
can
do I?
turn on your camera again, like, just be here, I think it would be better. Like, for us as well, it feels better right now. Like, it was just two people right now. It's take
Yeah,
another
yes.
face. It's better, right?
I
If you
see it.
can, if you can, I mean, if it's
Yeah, I
possible.
can do that. I can totally do that. Like,
Yeah.
I see a question which is relevant to me. How do I become a good founder? You start, you fail, you keep failing.
Yeah, exactly. Like in my company, Feldev itself, I've seen so many rejections from multiple ideas. So my company is basically we make software for companies that are new startups. Like anyone wants a manager or maybe a platform, that maybe a website, maybe an app. So people would come to us. We would tell them a price, and then they will be like, "Bye bye." So you have to face rejection so many times in your life to be a good founder, I would say. Yeah.
I would say how to become a good founder is build fast, fail fast. If one thing that I've learned, build fast, fail fast.
I would like to add upon that we need to don't be like we have to bring in the best product. Keep
Yes.
just only building, and instead of that, just make the product, put in the market, and get the feedback. Iterate on it, and eventually it will become a good product.
I have made that mistake in the past, with trying to being perfect. But perfection is a myth that doesn't exist, when you're creating something. When you're
We never get
replicating,
satisfied with what we
yeah,
do.
when you're replicating something, you can perfect it. But when you're creating something on your own, there is nothing called perfection. It is about perspective, I would say.
Well, I'd like to add on that. I work with Aditya, like I'm a co-founder of
Yeah, Ashwin, we welcome you to this.
yeah, but build fast and release fast is kind of a different thing when compared to providing a proper USP app.
Yeah, I mean, you have to know what you want to build, and you have to believe in it. It just can't, like,
Go outside, yeah.
like just can't like, stumble upon an idea and say that, okay, I found this, I cool idea, and I want to build this. I want to replicate this. That doesn't work. Building doesn't work this way. You have to believe in it. You have to know, your idea inside out. You have to know all exit points. You have to know all entry points, like inside out.
Yeah.
And it is okay to not have things figured out, even when you're beginning or when you're along the way. You don't have to figure things out. You'll figure it out when you progress.
True. Okay, we have a few more questions. I think the students are really excited to ask. They have so many doubts. Next upon we have like any sir, I'm
Hello.
able to.
Hello, Sahitya.
Yes,
Hello.
yes. May I post this?
Myself, B. Kumar,
Okay.
from this training section, what we can learn?
Not
Sorry,
audible, I'm
I'm not,
sorry.
I couldn't hear you properly. There has been some background noises. Can you just put your question one more time?
So, Sahitya, from this group, some Zoom meeting, what we can learn from this? Pretty sure
Basically,
that
not.
we can get job.
Sorry, you're sure that
Pretty sure that we can get the job.
it's not about job or getting a job. It's about like what kind of learnings can get from each particular event. What takeaways you take from the event matters rather than just coming for getting a job. I guess these experts, they have definitely shared experiences rather than just going to them and getting to know. That is pretty difficult. But when at all we are arranging an event, it's easy for you to know their experience, their learnings, and you can actually implement that in your life. So that will
So,
be
you
the
got,
key takeaways.
yes, you got experience about that. Hello.
I guess pretty well everybody has got that. Actually, I'm not able to see.
We're not trying to we're not understanding your question.
Yeah, exactly.
That is why
I
we're
think
not,
we can revert back to him afterwards. I would say that would be
Will
if
be
that's
perfect.
possible. Yeah, I think we
Yeah,
have a lot of other questions as well. I think
yeah,
we
yeah.
would definitely want to
We'll move
go.
on to the next question. If you have any doubt, just
There is a very funny question actually, and it's not funny. I mean, I'm not trying to say anything, but the thing is like, is there a right age to start a startup apart from studies? I really like this question actually. It's because the thing is like there is no age. I would say if you have an idea, try to build something. If you're 40 or 50 or 10, I don't know. Like I don't think there is a age that you should start.
I'll tell you the worst thing to do when you want to start up something. Don't do MBA.
True, true, true.
Waste your money on
exactly.
getting an MBA certificate. Rather invest that money into your idea.
Exactly. I think
Eventually, learn more
MBA is
than
for
that.
when you want to get a job, right? For a better job, perhaps. But to build
Yes.
something, I think you should try to make it yourself.
Yeah. See, your
True.
motive is to find a job in a reputed company. Just go do your MBA. Nobody's stopping you. But
Yeah,
something of your own, run something of your own. Just get your hands dirty.
yeah. Then the next question is, what is your idea about vibe coding? Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Makes my work so much easier. I mean, probably in a few years, I might be working at a McDonald's. Who knows? But let's hope that is not the case because yeah, it's working very rapidly, and it makes code very concise. The thing is, like, there is still a lot of like there are a lot of elements that are out there that you still have to build yourself. So yeah, I mean, it's very easy to make your work easier if you're trying to build something. I mean, people at the highest level are still are also using it. People at Amazon, Google, everyone is using AI bots now to code. The thing is, it's by the end of the day, you need to understand what you're coding for it to work, basically.
So we have something from Smith William. He says, I'm able to build and modify and make everything what I exactly needed with proper understanding of the process. I have less knowledge on coding, but able to build through vibe coding and AI tools. My projects solve real life problems. One is being used by an NGO and another was launched in my college. So can you tell me, am I going correct?
I mean, first of all, if you're just building something, that's the best part. Like, if you're able to create something on your own, and it's out there, that's the best part. I mean, there is no doubt you're going correct. You're not in the correct direction. Obviously, you're going in the right direction. That's crazy. I mean, like, if you're able to build something and it's actually helping people, maybe an NGO, that's cool. Plus, it also gets added to your resume if that's what you're concerned about.
I would like to add a few points to that. Smith, congratulations. You're doing great stuff. I would highly recommend you, if you're gonna continue this journey, if you plan on continuing this journey, find a co-founder who has strong tech background, okay, who knows programming, because with this it is a great start. But if you want to scale, you need a strong tech foundation.
Yeah, also I'd like to add on that. I do vibe coding, but I'm an iOS developer myself. So on verifying if code is right or wrong, what the vibe coding does is it gives you a running program, but the structure of the program might be very integrated or loaded uh, uh, when you use cursor or any other development tools. It just gives you the output. It works, but please do consult or like Aditya mentioned, join with someone else who has a good idea of programming to to avoid future difficulties. That's it. That's what
Yeah, to scale, you need a strong tech foundation. See, the thing with I know the vibe coding is, it 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 builds stuff. Trying to build upon it, version upon version, it loses context. It is not so mature. It messes up your file format. It messes up with your structure. A lot of things happen. uh, the one way to go is have a good co-founder, because see, when you have to when there comes a situation where you have to debug the project, you won't be able to do it by yourself. You need
Yeah,
a
because you need to understand the syntax. It's
yes.
very hard for someone who doesn't know what the
Yeah,
actual code is. There are multiple functions, API calls that people are not able to understand.
yeah, and you don't need to learn every single language that you deal with. Just understand the basics of programming, how programming works. See, programming is like how you think, and the language is what you speak. So you need to know how to think, like in terms of programming, like how do you want to construct your program.
Solve that problem.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
try to understand basic structures of programming.
Yeah. Also, today the programming has been, it has evolved to a level that like all the languages, all the prominent languages have the same kind of similar structures with them. So,
Yeah,
if you just know, like Aditya mentioned, if you just know the basics of programming, you just like understand what's happening just by looking at the code, and then like you just get someone to verify it, and then
so I've had my fair share of experience with developing in Swift. So Swift is the simplest language. It is like, it is almost like English. You
Yeah.
write code in English. That is how it feels. I mean,
That's cool to hear.
Arihant and Ashwin can, vouch for it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, once I started, programming in Swift, I mean, the thing is, like, it gets difficult once you are more deep into it. On surface level, it's one of the easiest languages. Like, once you
Yes.
get deeper into API calls and stuff, like, that is sometimes, trying to remember, like, within tab view and stuff, like, that's easy. But, like, once you go into deeper, things like, it's certain interactions, like, little attention to details, that is where the complexity begins.
Core data stuff and the network manager stuff are like a bit difficult because it involves the backend and linking stuff.
I mean, like I'm still working on core data and Swift data. Basically, that's very hard for anyone right now.
Yeah, yes. Also, Swift data has become an like a nightmare kind of situation. Shifting from core data to Swift data, I'm saying. But if you start with Swift data, I think it's just a matter of understanding where things are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
App interactions, UI interaction. That's where you need to have experience.
Yes.
Cool to hear from the people who are working at SIS. Now let's move on to the next question. Like, it's been asked by Sai Praveen. Any books, podcasts, or YouTube channels you recommend that helped in your growth journey?
If you are particularly asking about iOS, I am a psychopath. I read documentation. I do not go to YouTube. I just open documentation and I read it and I put it into Claude or maybe something else. Like basically not, yeah, to give me the context of what does this function do. So basically, what I do for learning is maybe I will take a function. Maybe I will say explain tab view to me. I'm just giving an example. You just write that and then you ask the AI agent to give you a little snippet of that code so that you can understand where it is being implemented. That is what I do. Then there are multiple books, as I told you. I read from books. People use YouTube for it. WWDC, there are multiple lectures on their developer website. Is where you can learn a lot of the things if you want to go deeper into Swift programming. Like they have amazing lectures. They are a bit longer. If you have the time and the patience to sit through the lectures, then it's one of the most amazing things ever because they are very slow and trying to make you understand. So they do tell you everything in detail, each and every topic. That's one way to go for it. YouTube channels, I have not discovered many. Honestly, Swift is kind of a niche technology in that case. Like you can find thousands of videos on React Native or Python, perhaps, but for Swift, it's kind of difficult to maneuver around that part. But yeah, I mean, for development, I would definitely say read documentation, find repositories, people who have worked on different projects, try to read through the code base, try to understand how the code works, and then obviously the snippets part that I told you, like just go on to Claude and just ask it like explain this particular function to me. Just step by step little things, basically try to figure out the roadmap. That's all.
It was brief
I
one.
have a suggestion. I have
Yeah.
I have a couple of book suggestions. For growth, I would say, see, either it is programming or whatever job that you are in, you should keep your creative skills honed up every day. Like I would, for that, I would suggest there is a book called Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. I would highly recommend everyone in this room to read that book because it gives you a creative edge. Of shamelessly stealing things from other people and still giving your own twist. You can still steal stuff and get away with giving your own twist to it.
I
Definitely,
really like that concept of steal like an artist.
yes, I mean, everyone in this room should read that book at least once in their lifetime. And for iOS, I have there is a book called Creative Selection. It is written by an Apple engineer called Ken Koshenda. So he's been an early member of Apple's journey. So he worked closely with Steve Jobs. So he written a great book called Creative Selection. If you read that book, you'll get to know how Apple shaped up to be the company that it is today.
Thank you for suggesting
That's
one.
great. That's a great suggestion, I would say.
Man, I'm really like I'm really considering Haryanth as a psychopath because he likes to read the documentation from Apple.
Yeah, yeah, it's very hard to read actually. I struggle a lot.
It leaves you like how to say it leaves you like in a forest of other questions, and it leads you to other places, but you won't get any answers there.
So yeah, I understand. The thing is, like, if you start from, let's just say, one topic, it becomes like a spread of like one link to another link. It's like it spreads like a tree, like of fruits.
You start.
It is very
you
hard to
start with
navigate the
one
documentation.
page and you end up opening 30 tabs from
Yes.
there.
Exactly.
And I have like
Yes.
I still do have like 15 tabs open, but I don't know where I'm at, and I don't have the answer to my questions.
And you won't know why it is open.
Yes.
Still you do
Exactly.
that.
Like I have cried. I must say, I have cried on multiple days because I was not able to understand what is going on. See, they make you feel dumb because of it. It's like, am I smart? You ask yourself that question every single time you're coding because it's like, am I dumb? But then the answer comes out to be no. It's just that hard. Like you just have to keep on trying. That's all.
Okay. On for YouTube, I think that there's a guy called Code with Chris, and he deals with Swift and other languages also. And his Swift content is really good. In my initial days, like I used to like go and refer.
Yeah, his Code with Swift's content is very simple and curated towards the beginners, absolute beginners.
Yeah, I just post the link of his channel on the like comment section.
Everybody check that out. You can just go check it out after this event. Yeah, thank you for suggesting the books, YouTube channels, and of course how you do the documentations. Okay,
One
fine.
I would like to add, if
Yeah.
if you guys are getting started with your programming journey, please read your errors. Please error logs.
Yes.
Error log says a whole different story. Please read your error logs and please try to understand what it says.
If at all we understand the errors, we'll definitely solve it.
Yes.
Yeah, we also understand the concept.
It is about knowing where to look. That is it. Error logs exist for you to know where to look.
Debug, learn.
Yeah, exactly. Because many people bang their heads on the wall without reading errors and going in endless circles. I know, chasing the wrong thing.
Now what they do is just copy and put it in ChatGPT. They start asking how to solve this particular problem. Sometimes it brings, sometimes it hallucinates.
Sometimes the code will be as stupid as just like writing on top of it, like missing arguments. Like you just have to give it just a single like one bit. Another thing is, it's very good that Xcode has now integrated Chat GPT and Claude within the IDE itself. So that's very cool.
But the
Yeah, you
thing
were
is,
saying,
like,
Amit, sorry.
copying your errors to ChatGPT. ChatGPT doesn't have the context of what you're doing. So it will, send you down a spiral.
Yeah, it is one rabbit hole from another rabbit hole.
True.
Yeah, exactly. It goes down. It goes down. Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Next question, it's from Kuldeep Reddy. Hey Arhant, how did you come to a conclusion to submit Guhu at the hackathon? I'm sure you had multiple ideas for projects. What made you fix on Guhu and conclude the idea was good enough?
So it took me around 2 months to actually build the app. 15 days was just banging my head on the wall to get an idea out of my head. Like, what is the perfect idea that I can build? Not out there, but something that I want to build. So yeah, 15 days. I have a diary with me, basically, which I carry all the time. So I have to write stuff on it, and like 20 pages of it is just me writing down stuff. trying to understand what I want to build and why I want to build it. There are certain questions I ask myself before beginning a project like this. Basically, like you have to ask yourself, is it technically feasible? Is it a good idea? Is it applicable? Can I actually make it? Is the fourth biggest question. Like I can just say, I can just build an AI model that supports the sleep processes of everyone. It extracts data. You can use big words, but the thing is, can I actually make it? Can I extract user health data in order for predicting sleep patterns? Can I do that? People have done it. Can I do it? That's the biggest question you ask yourself. Can you do what others are doing? Even to replicate
Reality
it takes
check.
a lot of brain. Yeah, exactly. That's one thing. And then you have to obviously, try to figure out, you write stuff down. I like to write stuff down. I'm a very old school guy. I like to, like jot down every single thing, make a mind map, make arrows and stuff, make cool figures, and then just try to, put everything together basically. So
I think
that
he
is where I
himself,
got the inspiration.
yeah, I think he himself can actually publish a documentation of what process he all went through, and people will be really being useful with the documentation. Why don't you try that?
Yeah, I mean, like the thing is, like the three questions is what, why, and how. These are the three basic questions. You pick every single one of them and then you come up with something. It basically grows down like a tree. Then you ask, is it reliable? Is it usable? Is it economically feasible? Is it useful? Is it unique? And the last one, which is something that I can actually make. So these are the like 5, 6 things I ask myself before actually starting. And then you give yourself a timeline, then you give yourself a deadline, and then you try to see what kind of problem that you want to solve. Is it a game? Is it a productivity issue? Is it an optimization issue? Is it something? What kind of people you are trying to build it for? And then you basically try to build from down there.
You gotta show up every day. That is what you
Yeah,
have to wake up and start make start making things and breaking things. You have to show up.
exactly.
Absolutely true.
And
Okay.
Arihant, are you submitting Google for the hackathon, the India hackathon, or are you working on something else?
So the thing is, I met with the head of Swift Delhi yesterday.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know
okay.
if you know
Did you
him.
meet
I'm
Maninder
sure.
or Raghu?
Yeah, Maninder. Yeah. I met him
Okay, okay.
yesterday. So I was having lunch at the WWDC event yesterday at Gurgaon, and I was like, "Have you applied?" I was like, "I am very sorry. I missed the deadline. I didn't know about it." So he was like, "I will open it for you, dude. It's fine." So he opened it up for me, and like he registered my team for it. But the thing is, like, I have been scratching my head since morning. Like, I got ready for this event just 10 minutes before. Like, I have been working on something the entire day. I think it's like now I have all the pressure in the world to make something happen now. Because the thing is, like, everyone has their eyes on me, like, yeah, you do, dude, you have to win. But the thing is, like, it's very hard. The thing is, like, I think I will make something. The problem is the deadline that you people have set up. 17th is my birthday, and I have to submit it before 16th. I do not want to code on my birthday. Like, I get one rest day, and I want to rest on my birthday.
I mean,
So
if you
yeah,
had known previously, you could have started working like when we made the announcement last month during the WWDC event.
exactly. I didn't see
Yeah.
it before, So like now I have to just build everything from scratch. Let's see. I don't know what I will make now, but the thing is, I'm trying to integrate the new framework for it into the thing itself. It's happening in Bangalore, right? The final.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I have to make it to the semi-final first. But the thing is, I don't know if I'll be able to create something good enough for that. But let's see. I was trying the new glass look for basically everything. So what I've done is I've made a list of. I mean, like, I don't think anyone can steal my idea from here now. But the thing is, like, I'm trying to take a list of all the new frameworks. What Maninder sir told me was just the theme is iOS 26. That's the only thing he told me. So I was like, you know what? All the things that I have seen, the frameworks, the vision thing, the I would say the new glass look. So I'm trying to
Yeah.
integrate all that together to build something, So let's see how that goes. I'm sure I don't know how to submit and everything. I think they will tell us now, but
No,
I'm sure I
we'll
will be able
send
to.
out instructions like you either have to submit a test flight if you have a developer account, or you can send a 5 minute
But the
demo. Like,
problem with test flight is that you have to get it approved one day before, so it's like
no,
it becomes
it's all
harder.
right. Like you can even submit a 5 minute demo, a video, a screen recording of your product.
Yeah, that's true. But the
That
thing is,
works.
like,
Yeah.
you have to, build it. I mean, I can just, submit Google itself, but like that would be cheating, I would say. Plus, like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I should always make something new. Like, I don't really like to reuse my projects for this kind of stuff.
I
Like, I
mean,
have like many lying in the background, but I really want to use something new now.
I really
Plus,
appreciate that
yeah,
you're pushing yourself so hard. You're challenging yourself.
yeah.
How that is how you move forward. That is how you grow.
That is the fun part. Like, I mean, like, you break yourself till you make it, right? I mean, like, I don't know if I should tell this, but the thing is, like, there were certain nights that I used to cry, like, is this worth it? When I was making the app for WWDC, because thing is, like, I stopped eating food in between. Like, I used to just, मैं साथ में एक हाथ से चम्मच से I used to eat food, and
Oh
from
my
the right hand
god.
I was coding and like watching videos while it was happening. So I'm a lefty, so it's very hard for me to do this and do this at the same time. And like I used to like sleep at 4 o'clock, wake up at 8 o'clock for college, and like in class, within class itself, I used to code and like constantly going through that phase. I got kicked out by my HOD in an event as well once. So like those are the funny moments that you remember once you actually make it.
In the end, there is only one question to be answered. Was it all worth it?
Yeah, exactly. And the answer is yes. The thing is, like, even if I had lost, the thing is, I learned so much. I read so much documentation. I read so much about Swift that even if I lost, I knew that I would come up next year and try again.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that it's about the journey, right? Because when I code, I go into the flow state. I really don't understand what's happening around me. It's just me and my screen and that point. So it's a fun experience. You should have fun when you're coding, right?
Yes. I mean, I don't code anymore. I used to. It's been like
Yeah.
4 5 years since I quit coding. I am Ashwin is the one who's taking care of the coding part. I look after the business and product side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's your work, right? If you enjoy your work,
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
mean, whatever
exactly,
you do, enjoy the process.
exactly.
Cool. I
But
think he's whatever from the talks that he gave now, he's on his high spirit of
Yeah.
doing what he wants to.
do you have any tips for the hackathon? Though I really have to ask, like, is there anything specific you want us to build? Like,
No,
do
there's
we just have
nothing
to
like
integrate the newer things? Yeah, yeah, sure.
no. Integrating the newer thing is one of the criteria. Which will affect your judgment. Uh, but there are participants who have been calling me asking that can I build with HTML and CSS. So don't do that. I would say
No. I
don't pay for
obviously
that.
I will build with Swift. So one of my friends, one of my teammates doesn't have a MacBook. I was like, bro, just open VS Code. I will send you the
Yeah.
Swift files, code in it, send it to me. I will compile.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, it's become. I mean, the Apple ecosystem development is slowly getting democratized, I would say.
Did you hear about the new update about the Android
Yeah,
support? Dude,
people are going crazy.
I was jumping. I was like, Papa, dekho. I was like, I had gone crazy. I was like, damn.
People are
See,
going
the
crazy.
funny thing is, I knew that they were working on it because I was very active on Swift forums for the past year. I was like, I always see what people are up to, right? Because in the Swift forums, it's just the base developers, like the developers who are working on everything, and it's open source. So like, it's nothing like you can't leak it. It's like it's out there. Like it's they're working on it. Like when it's going to be posted and everything. So yeah, like I tried for GSOC, right? So I tried for Swift. So I was trying to contribute to the compiler code. So that is where I learned that they're working on it. I was like, someday it will come, and then they announced it at WWDC. Apparently, it was just 3 slides. they were not, they didn't really announce it
split
that
away.
much.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's Android, right? So they don't want to, emphasize on it. But the thing is, for us developers, it's a huge deal because in the coming years, it might be able to, replace React Native and other things. So it
Yeah.
gives us Swift developers a huge edge, honestly.
Previously, it used to be the other way around when Kotlin multi-platforms when it was introduced, people started using many tech companies were using Kotlin multi-platform to build Swift projects to deploy Apple platform apps. But now
Yeah.
it is flipping. It is flipping, and I'm very excited
Yeah,
about it
I
because
met with the
up to,
executives at Swiggy
yeah,
as well yesterday. So yeah, they
yeah,
were telling me how they use Swift now.
exactly.
Yes.
I mean, this is Swift is built in a way that it is very robust. It is tried and tested, and it has a very controlled environment, and
Yeah.
it has a beauty to how it speaks and coordinates with the hardware that it interacts.
And the design itself, I mean, like the animations and
Yeah,
everything is flawless. So even if you're not a designer, that's like the best language you can go for because it works flawlessly and
yeah,
it looks Apple-y if that's what people usually go for. Like it looks premium, right? For like I don't know, somehow even if you're making the exact same thing in React Native, it looks, I don't know, maybe plastic if that's the
choppy.
right word.
Yeah,
Choppy and plastic for some reason. Maybe even if you make the exact same UI
yeah.
for
You
some
will
reason,
never
yeah.
be able to perfect it.
Yeah, there is just something in the background of Swift that just works so flawlessly.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we need to answer more questions because we are taking a lot of time discussing.
Yeah, that's true. There are a lot of Swift UI fanboys just talking it out. That's true.
I mean, we breathe in this environment, so sorry we got a little carried away.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I
it
mean,
was interesting. People.
I'm pretty sure Ashwin is also trying to jump in. Like he was just itching to get into the conversation because we were discussing Swift. So yeah, he's just holding himself. I can just see it. Like he's just trying to hold himself back to get into this discussion. That's all.
I
He's
mean, me and
actually giving a
Ashwin,
chat,
yeah,
answering
yeah.
the chat.
I mean, me and Ashwin, we are personally excited about the foundation models because that has opened up like
When you
ocean of
Yeah,
possibilities.
huge, exactly. Yeah, the thing is like at WWDC, I met the product manager for the developer tools, and he asked us like, what are you guys as students excited about? Maybe tomorrow it will come. So I was like, if they make Apple Intelligence open source and for us developers to use, that would be amazing. He was grinning behind. I am pretty sure he was laughing himself off like because he knew that it was coming. Yeah, it was an amazing experience. Yeah.
For the 29 odd people that are over here, Apple had, basically made the foundation model available for every single developer out there, Apple developer out there. So
Yeah.
leverage it, make your apps AI first, when iOS 26 launches.
Yeah. The
I
only
mean,
problem
it
is
is,
it doesn't
it,
work on the older iPhones. I would say I have an
yeah,
iPhone 14. It doesn't work on that. But the thing is, that's why I'm making that's why I'm making a app that
yeah,
works on Mac
yeah.
actually, so that I can actually test it out. So this is the first time I'm making a app that is for Mac itself.
I have I have not put beta in my Mac because I have a lot of hackathon preparations happening, so I have to stay sane.
I
But I'm
again
already
psychopath on the first day, and the first day I downloaded it.
it. But I did it for my iPhone, and it is already driving me crazy.
I know, same for my phone and
So
my Mac, both of them. Yeah.
to all the participants out there, if you can leverage foundations model that Apple has put out, you can basically use AI for free within your apps. You don't have to have any subscriptions. You don't have to
Yeah,
pay Claude. You
exactly.
don't have to pay ChatGPT. You don't have to pay any AI services. Like you can use it. You can leverage it for free if you have that Apple account.
That is the best part, that it's free. That's the emphasis that I don't think Apple is promoting enough, I would say. If they
Yeah,
tell people that
agree.
you're using AI for free, I mean everyone would jump the ship, I would say.
Yeah,
They're
you
not
can make
I
it
mean I think the
AI
reason they're not promoting it enough is so that they don't lose their servers, I would say. if everyone got to know about it, I would say they would probably crash
And
out.
the best thing is it's on device, so no servers involved,
That's true. That's
no like
true.
number of tokens involved.
That's true.
I guess just going still jargon, so many people here may not be able to comprehend your level. Maybe we can just move on to a few questions and then
Yeah.
we'll get back to this conversation.
We have
Uh,
students. That is why, like, we need to keep it down.
I mean, they're still I think they're still alien to this ecosystem, but once they come into it,
they'll enjoy
I'm
this conversation.
will enjoy as much as we do.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Cool. Next up, and we have a question from Divya. She asks, "Why don't we feel satisfied after building our first MVP?"
Because it's a prototype, right? I mean, if you are feeling satisfied after building your first MVP, that means you're probably doing something wrong. Or you're very easy to please, I would say. I mean, brutally honest, but yeah, if you are satisfied with the first MVP, then that means either you are a god or you are, you are definitely very easy
I
to
mean,
please, I would say.
please give us some. I mean, if you see someone, please send them to us so we can get some advice, because I mean they have it
Exactly.
all figured out.
Exactly.
Next question we have from Mukesh is asking, "Coding quickly just to try things out can decrease real problem solving skills. How do you keep the creative part of coding while still planning and thinking deeply?"
I mean, you basically have to test the waters, I would say. Be curious, try to have that creative flow whenever you're trying to make something, I would say. Again, as sir told, like, read books, have a creative flow when you're trying to be a full stack developer or any sort of developer, because it takes patience, right? You have to build something constantly. You have to, have that creative output. Uh, I mean, like,
You, I mean,
for
you
your
have to
question, I
have
would say, yeah,
sanity check every once in a while. You don't have to be. I mean, all these passion projects will drive you insane. So, reading these sort of creative the books that pushes your creative boundaries will give you an edge over your creativity, and keep your sanity in check.
Okay, cool. So we have last two more questions and we just have 15 more minutes left. It's nearly gonna be a 2 hours event from 45 minutes to it. And next question is
40
from
minutes was just me and Aditya talking, not going to lie.
okay,
But I mean, I had fun about it, so that's fine.
I
cool.
mean, I joined in the later part, me and Ashwin, but yeah, if we had joined previously, it would have progressed even further, I think.
That's true, that's true. Yeah, so like, I think we should take this, Devji, as
Yes,
ours.
I
Yeah,
had started my coding journey few days before. I'm going to join NIT a character test next month. Started learning Python, covered till loops. Please guide me what to do after covering Python and how to prepare for GSEC.
See,
again, dude, I was rejected from GSOC, but yeah, I would definitely say try to, text random people, I would say. I think the bigger corporations are very hard to crack. Try to go some niche companies that are out there. Try to find the technology that you like. I would say Python and loops, I would say that's just day one. I would say that's like very new. So if you are trying to, go up from there, that is just basic syntax. Something that I was told by my seniors when I was in first year and they were in fourth year. I was the same kind of a person that asked the same question. Bhaiya, I have done this coding. Now what do I do? And the answer to that question is, dude, it's logic. Syntax has nothing to do with coding. It's just something you learn along the way. What do you do with the code is what matters the most.
I
How
mean,
are you using the application of that particular code? That is what matters. Language is
I,
good. Python, R, C, C++, do whatever you want to do. Try to learn something that actually, works. Make
yeah,
something that, works, basically.
this
Logic,
is why
optimization.
understand the basics of programming in itself, not a language.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they teach you C. We
Yeah,
don't use C anymore. Why do we learn C in your first year? You might go to your teacher and be like, why are we using this old Windows, this Turbo C to learn programming? You might even smash the screen sometimes. That's how annoying it is. But the thing is, it is
I
very important.
I would love to see C make a comeback because he is so robust.
Yeah,
It
exactly. I mean, the only
changes.
problem is, I would say, the data structures. I would say making
Yes.
a random array is so hard. Like, you can't even make 2D arrays. It's like very, very hard. Inputting
C,
values into the,
yeah, yeah.
arrays is very hard. So it's
C,
like you
C++,
have to make many loops.
Objective C Sharp has been built in a robust way that it
Yeah,
challenges all the modern languages that are out there.
that's true. But the thing is, I think the more we move forward towards the modern era, I think even the newer languages
Yeah.
are going to fade away.
Okay.
Everything is being made by AI. So yeah, that's one thing. What's the next question?
Uh,
Um,
we
I
Oh,
think
it
have
was
some.
GSOC. Yeah, there was a second party. He asked about GSOC,
Yes.
I think. Yeah. So GSOC, dude, I would say try to go on GitHub. Try to make PR requests. Try to complement the code of other people that are out there. You should have what's the right word? I forgot. What do you call commits? Yeah, commits. So basically, you have to have a certain amount of commits, I think, on your profile. That would help a lot. Basically, being consistent on the platform. I have seen people who have like this crazy all green basically slider for their commits. So I mean, I'm not saying you should do that. I mean, I don't think I have seen a sane person do that who has a job. I think those people do that pretty often, or all the people who are open source developers. So yeah, for GSOC, I would definitely say try to take a niche company and give as many commits and show experience that you are not just a beginner when it comes to open source. Try to build something just right now so that when it happens next year you can still apply. I don't think GSOC is for students, just for students, right? Anyone can apply to GSOC, right?
I have no idea about it, but I think I have heard that it is for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Because the thing is, like, the person that I lost to for selection was the person who was 4 years older than me. They were like, on a career break. So that's how I was not able to get selected. So it's like very experienced people also do it because they want to, implement their ideas. And the pay stub is very nice. So people do it for the money as well.
Yeah, it is for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
cool.
to answer Kumar's question,
There is
We
one last
have
question. Say Ravi
yeah.
Kumar.
Sir, I
yeah,
have cloud computing as my minor and like Smith William, I build projects. My process is simple. I first get a complete overview like tech stack, use cases, workflow, etc. of what I need to build using AI tools. Then I start building and later I get a lot of errors. And again, I go back to AI, understand each error, fix it and move forward. This way it takes a lot of time. But what I learned, I won't forget and I will remember that. And so many people saying that it's not worth starting without knowing anything. And now I started questioning myself because of that. So what do you think, Arhant?
you don't
Uh,
have to have
uh,
everything figured.
Yeah, you don't need to have everything figured out, dude. I mean, if you ask me today, I probably might not know half of the things in Swift itself. Like if I if I'm a person who has won the Swift challenge, doesn't mean I know everything about Swift, right? If you ask me about core data, I will probably fail the class. Like that's how hard it is. So basically, start somewhere is what I would say. Like start somewhere and move along the way. Don't listen to anyone. Don't listen to anyone what anyone says. Just do your own thing. Try to just have faith in yourself and your work. If you believe in your work, it doesn't really matter. Probably you will get to the goal faster if you don't listen to other people. Never take advice from other people.
And
Yes, that's the
Cool.
worst thing. You're trying to start something like build something of your own, even if it is a stupidest idea. Build it, test it for yourself, see it for yourself if it is a stupidest idea, and then move on to the next thing.
yeah,
Exactly. Like 70% of the people, they think about building. The other 20% are like, maybe I will build it. 10% build it. So that's the thing. So just by starting, you're in the top 10%, even higher, I would say. So just start building is what I would say.
Start small, start simple.
Exactly.
It's a great point. Okay, so thank you, Ravi, for the question, and I want to thank everybody who has actually asked so many questions and made this session useful, because we have got 400 plus registrations for this particular event, but due to some constraints, we are able to choose only the 50 people. I guess those all 50 people and the current 25 people who are on the meet would have felt it very useful. So now we come to the last session of this particular event. So I'll just ask 3 questions, rapid fire questions to Arihant. Just say it in one word. So then we'll just conclude that. The first question is, night owl, are you a night owl or an early bird?
Dude, I am a mid person, basically. Not morning, not late nights. I would say more towards night, I would say. Yeah, night.
Okay, cool. The next one will be your most underrated tech skill.
Most underrated tech skill. Dude, uh, I would definitely say C sharp. I mean, that's the most underrated part about me. I don't use it that often, but yeah.
Okay, cool. So the last question of the rapid fire round would be your go-to coding snack.
Go to coding snack. Dude, definitely cheese balls for sure. Cheese balls and Coke for sure. Like typical programmer meal, I would say.
Okay, cool. So it was nice having you, and it was a surprise that even Aditya and Ashwin from Indie Hub joined us for this conversation. It
It
really
was great
was,
talking to you. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
please
it was,
connect with me after this event. I would love to, be a connection with you.
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah, I don't know how you'll be able to connect. I think
I think we can do it through LinkedIn. You're in the groups, right? You can find me, Ashwin, Rizwan, like all the organizers. You're in the hackathon groups, right? Yeah, you can find us there.
Yeah. That would be very cool. Yeah, first of all, I would just say thank you to all the people who attended the event. Listening to me. I don't know if I was able to help you out or not, but the thing is, like, this was kind of a first kind of an experience for me to give a talk like this. So thanks a lot, Growbinar and everyone on the team, who kind of took this chance to take a newbie like me to come up here and give a talk. So thanks a lot for having me, I would say. Yeah.
thank you, and thank you for accepting our invitation, and also surprise guest would be our partners from Indie Hub and Swift Hyderabad and all people. So thank you so much. As we wrap this incredible session, I would like to thank everybody, especially our chief guest speaker, Arihant, for sharing his journey, and not just his journey, but also his passion, his efforts, how much his mindset he has tuned his mindset that has made him come to a particular state now. And your story was not just inspiring, it was like a reminder that if at all you start doing, if at all you put in efforts, definitely you will meet what you want to be. And a big thank you to Growbinar for creating this platform that celebrates such voices. And for Gajendra to, I want to personally thank Gajendra to be actually inviting me to be part of this particular session, to be a host. It was nice hosting all of you in this session. And we also would be very grateful for the event partners, Event I, Indie Hub and Swift Hyderabad for their continued support and collaboration. Finally, our audience for showing up, asking thoughtful questions, not just to a particular thing, in different areas, and also staying curious till the end of the session. It was great. So the episode 4 of Hype series was really a successful one. And this Hype series actually exists because of this energy, and we can't wait to bring you more and more. Until next time, this is Sahitya signing off. Stay inspired, stay building. Do get in touch with all of us if you want to ask any more questions through LinkedIn. We're always open to help you and opening questions. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.